I won't leave and I don't deceive you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, my heart belongs to you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, my heart belongs to you. Wherever you go, you go, you go, you go, you go.
But I do know one thing, no. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway, ho. I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman. I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, you're Superman, you're Superman. Don't get me wrong, it's no secret, everybody knows. Yeah, we fuck, bitch, so what? That's about as far as your buddy goes. We'll be friends, I'll call you again, I'll chase you around every bar you attend. Never know what kind of car I'll be in, see how much you be partying in. You don't want that, neither do I don't wanna flip
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Whoop, whoop. Break 'em off some. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. It's 1 June 2023 in the year of our dumpster fire. Let exactly that, Josiah. Let the behooving and the caveating begin. Man, what a week. Just telling you right now that we are broadcasting deep within the basement of the Pentagon or somewhere in the mountain complex. Area 51, the Alamo, Cheyenne Mountain. Who knows? Who knows where the signal's coming from? We're here every night. Well, we try to be here every night at 8 p.m. EST, around-ish. Anywho, how are you guys and gals doing tonight? Oh, man. So, let me just kick off some stuff before I'm gonna be back and forth on some of the topics that we're gonna be talking tonight, due to the fact that I'm kind of. Can someone please tell me what the NSN for standard issue feelings is? This pussification of our DoD is due to this NSN. Louis Martinez, thank you for dropping that. To what feelings are you discussing? What feelings are we talking about? Depends what kind of feelings you're... Well, you have to look at the categories along to the Army Pub's website to find out exactly what NSN, specifically on Command Supply Discipline, to find out what feelings you're looking for. Are we looking for feelings that come from specific branches within the Army or the military? Or are we talking about just feelings in general? Now, what pussification you're talking about? Am I missing something? I don't know. Have you seen our pictures of the week? Our photos of the week? I don't see anybody getting upset or any bad feelings. Like to say Happy Pride Month to the Navy. Airborne. There you go. Well, Happy Pride. Yeah, that's right. Pride. What was I going to say? Oh, so I'm going to be going back and forth. I'll be diving into topics and some WTFs. We don't have a guest tonight, so Spank. I'm just waiting for Spanky to show up when she's finally done and she's able to join us, and then let all the discussions begin. What was I going to say? Oh, there is. Here's my. How do I say this? We post things, and then we make a joke about it. And the best part about the content that U.S. Army WTF Moments posts on all their platforms, WTF Moments has a YouTube. Believe it or not, WTF Moments has their own other sites too. So they have U.S. Army WTF Moments on Facebook. They have the WTF Nation on Twitter, and then of course USA WTFM on Instagram, and then WTF Moments. We have another YouTube account. So what you're hearing live is on WTF Nation Radio, of course. So there's some mix and match. So sometimes when we post things, we post something, and just it being posted, immediately everyone goes after what they think the post is about. So we posted something that had to do with leave. It was a block leave checklist, and for some reason that fucking that post in itself, it went pretty freaking heavy. It was pretty much a Do y'all block me on the meta like I give a fucking... No, we didn't block you, Branko. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Yes, U.S. Army WTF almost has a TikTok now. Exactly that. So they have a TikTok, they have YouTube, they have... So again, we're the tentacles are spreading. The tentacles are spreading. Cut off one head, two shall take his place. What was that like Red Skull says? Hell Hydra type shit. For a while, that was kind of like an in-running joke because people were like talking about that. But then you can't say that anymore because then everyone's going to be like reading into it. Of course, well, you know, Red Skull and Hydra was Nazi and blah, 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 blah. So you can't make fucking jokes about stuff anymore without individuals really going off the deep end on what it is. So, but anyways, the main posted a checklist for block leave. Now, whether it be pre-deployment leave or post-deployment leave or whatever, me personally, yours truly, I don't believe in block leave because the amount of sit time that I say, hell yeah, brother. Thanks. I think they do got a fourth ID one. I'll have to send you a link, Pooks. I don't believe in block leave, and the reason why I don't believe in block leave, and I think leave should be on its own thing, I guess you'd say, it's whatever, is because have you seen individuals sitting in the motor pool a lot, or you've seen individuals doing shit? They're not really doing a lot of stuff. And all of a sudden, getting ready to go to a pre-deployment. Now, additional, my Facebook's page says I'm under maintenance. Really? What Facebook page? Are you looking at the right WTF moments, Branko? Nope, it's up. I see it. You talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. You might be. There are some imitations out there, by the way. There are some imitations. Anyway, so I don't believe in the whole block leave stuff. The reason why I say about the whole block leave stuff is because there are days where just a day here, a day there is not going to hurt an organization if you need to take leave, or if you need to go for instance, if you have someone who's sick or ill, you can take leave and all that stuff. For some reason, leaders have decided to use that as a block time, to where everything should be, everything is just freaking closed up together. And there's no leeway in between. We'll just wait till block leave. We'll just wait till block leave. Well, family events, deaths in the family, graduations from school, or you graduating from a university, whatever, is not going to fall into a specific block leave. It's already an earned entitlement. It's already there. The adding to is what pisses me off. So, the WTF Moments posted an easel board of tasks that need to happen for pre-deployment leave. Now, everyone's like, this pre-deployment checklist. What is it? It's not fucking real. Why are you getting so fucking upset? Obviously, you don't understand the context. This is a reading comprehension issue. This is a blah, blah, blah. I mean, like I said, sometimes the fucking, sometimes we just post something and the audience in itself and the narratives just run on their own. WTF Moment said, this is why taking leave is impossible. And then posted it up. That's all they did. That's all we did. All we did. The admins were in the jock doing their thing, and the next thing you know, we started getting a bunch of flack over fucking what we posted. And I'm thinking, what are we seeing here? What are we missing? What am I missing? I would freaking destroy for some broccoli. Yeah, exactly. So let me show this. Let me post this up here for those that didn't see it. I'll go ahead and post it, show you. That way you guys can see. So there it is. The block leave checklist. Now, first off, let's start off with numero uno, okay? OCONUS block leave packets. I can kind of see that you have to have a leave packet. Now, mind you, I don't like the fucking term packet because usually what that means is there's more bullshit to it. So a leave packet, I don't believe in, because by regulation, you're only supposed to have a DA-31. And according to IPS-A, with all the IPS-A drama that's having, whatever that you have for a follow-through, you don't need paper on top of those packets. Now, I will say, for numero uno, I didn't mean to do that. OCONUS leave packets, you kind of have to do that because there's some security stuff, ATFP stuff that have to happen. There's a State Department, there's some warnings. You have to get briefed by your S2, yada, 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 or J2, whatever you want to call it. There you go. So I kind of get that. I kind of see, but that's not really a packet. Some units I think they're going back to some 4187s and stuff like that. So there is a kind of a reason to do that. I see the Oconus leave packet, but it being a 31, probably a 4187, and probably an in-country brief, and your APAC's request to have you go on leave in country, and also the stuff, and the information given to you, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of like important, because if you're not going to be with your unit. Now, I'm not talking about if you're stationed overseas. If you're stationed overseas, it's kind of, it's not a sports bar. That's not a packet. That's a novel. So that's Oconus leave. Now I could see that. I could see that. Yes, because if something were to happen to one of the troops overseas, then I could see you having point of contact, a little thing there like that. Now, let's go to regular leave packet. Let's go to the block 2. Block 2. A regular leave packet. There is no such fucking thing. D31. That's it. Now, actually, I can't believe I just said that. Actually, leaders. Oh, Lordy. This is a post about the slide some idiot put up about a concentration camp gate about work and shit. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, yeah, that was a USAREC leader. I don't think the Army is ready for IPSA either. I think the Army had a good high intentions to it, but didn't work out the bugs. I don't know about the National Guard did it pretty good. I think what they should have done, they should have just tested an organization with IPSA, DTMS, and then they've been able to pitch that out. So that's what I think. Some units require a U.S. omnibus bill to go on leave. Exactly that. You have to prove it. Now, there's a little thing that commanders have, command teams have. They used to call it I don't know if they call that anymore. I think they still call it that. A unit commander's finance report that has all the days of when somebody's going to go on leave. You look at that and go, let's look at this. Let's see, Schmedlap here. Let's bring up Pookie for an example with the omnibus bill there. Pookie's going to go on leave. Pookie's got a DA-31 that says he's got this, and here's his address on his leave form, and that's it. You don't need a leave packet, right? Because you already know the address and phone number. Well, then let's do that. Let's go blah, 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 blah. Okay, he's got this many days requested, and he has this many days that he put on the leave form that says it's this much. Well, a commander has a unit commander's finance report that tells everybody, that tells the command team specifically, and they have to initial that, what entitlements they have, BAH, and all sort of stuff. And guess what also is on that document? No way. A leave balance. So guess what you don't fucking need? Guess what you don't need? If you have a squared away command, CP, then guess what? You don't need it. You don't need it at all. Use SOCOM as a guinea pigs, and then prove it works, or it's fucked. SOCOM has been the, I don't want to say it's been the tip of the spear for a lot of things, but I guarantee it, the uniform that we're wearing right now, it wasn't Big Army that did it. It wasn't fucking anybody else. A lot of the uniforms that we have, the uniform updates that we have, were because of SOCOM tests. So let's go back to this checklist. All right, so there you go. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need, right? All POV inspections. POV inspections are not required according to the Army. It's no longer kept at DA level anymore. Remember back in the day we had this lethality memorandum that came out that said you will not do these types of training anymore. You will not conduct this type of stuff. This type of record will not be kept at unit level or DA, HQ DA level. So why do we have to have POV inspections? Why is that? I mean, I'm dead honest. Why do we have to have a POV inspection when in some states you already have to have an inspection to get your vehicle passed? Unless you have, let's put it this way, if your soldier got on the frickin' installation with bad tags, I think you'd have already known that. I say free for all. Is it a leader's responsibility when a soldier can't maintain their tags? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You going to arrest the troop? You going to freaking give the soldier a ticket because he's got bad tags? How about you just, I don't know, say, look, you're fucked, dude. If you have bad tags, hey, woe is you. Feel sorry for you. You're going to pay some stuff. What is the unit going to do? Our UCMJ is so fucking antiquated to begin with. Where would you even find that? So let's continue. Add to and take away, right? Let's see. So obviously this looks like a pre-deployment checklist due to the fact that you see some rear D stuff in there, right? key custodian, FDO, blah, 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 and ammo in the arms room, because some arms rooms are authorized to contain and store ammo if they have the proper licensing, according to specific regulations in the 1.8 and the 190 series. So there you go, right? Because DMV doesn't check their wipers if they're working. Counseling statement, so that all the leaders in CUR has a quantifiable. Yeah, exactly. So the arms room stuff, that's kind of self-explanatory. Now let's go on to the online training. Information security training. We just had some chucklehead, like, I don't know, throw some stuff on a Discord server so I could see that. I could see that, right? The OPSEC training, derivative classification, control, unclassified info, AT, level 1, SEER, ISO prep. Of those, I think 2 of those, I'm just gonna say, because I just did a real quick scan. 2 of them were, I think 2 or 3 of them were no longer part of the picture, no longer part of the deal, no longer part of the requirement. There's some individuals that say, dude, because of the stupid requirements with leave packets and stuff, I had over 100 days of accrued leave. Salah's got an interesting point. As an NCO, want to know, if car's good, safe, legal, my job's to take care of the soldier. It's not punitive, it's to help the soldier. Good point. But at what point, when a soldier says, yeah, roger that, are we really, I mean, this whole thing sparked controversy. If you really want to see, if you really want to see, again, and I keep saying this, if you want to see what your leaders are saying, especially your leaders, the ones that like to stand in formation and say, well, because of this and army that, you should see their fucking takes on Twitter. Totally a little bit different than what you see there. And then all that, army values stuff that they like to throw in your fucking face. So according to back in the day, and this is when we posted this up, that we no longer have to do these bullshit regulations. So again, HQDA does not mandate POV inspections prior to long weekends or holidays. It's not required. Also says no longer required by HQDA trips. The travel risk planning system, not required anymore. SEER, the code of conduct, personal recovery, SEER, evasion level training, online stuff that you saw on that fucking easel board, not required. I don't get it. People were arguing about the simple context of this would take leave. All it was, are you going to deny somebody fucking block leave if they don't get some of this stuff, if they can't help it, specifically when they're trying to crunch time? Now let's go back to the let's go back to that post. Let's real quick go back. What do you see there? You see the dates. These are the dates. This was posted on May 28th. Now, do you honestly think that's perfectly enough time for all those tasks to get knocked out without the hey you details and all the bullshit that's happening? Do you really think that? I'm just asking. All the TA-50 training should be kept up regardless, not attached to training. Yes, exactly that, Trips. Is no longer you. Now, that mind you, this was back in 2017, 2018, 2019. When all the Army got a bit, I'm gonna tell you what you did was the Army not realizing they killed the cottage industry of online training. For some reason, we really like to dry hump the online training so much to where we have centers of excellence develop some of this shit. Did I say that? Center of excellence, right? Who are responsible for this stuff? Sleep equal not, yeah, exactly. So there's individuals in here that literally said, hey, I don't feel this is bullshit. I don't think you should have this. Even arguing on the fucking timeline when a full bird colonel says, yeah, you know what? I don't think you need this shit. Just give me a fucking leave form and all this. If you want to take OCONUS leave, just submit a leave form and that's what we'll do. We'll sign it. Stop making things hard. Individuals were actually going on this fucking colonel saying, yeah, whatever. Was because you served in a USAREC unit. Wow. A colonel's a colonel, right? somehow that individual made colonel by being in command of other organizations that got him to that point of colonel. I didn't realize being a recruiting colonel, because a lot of them are not straight 79 series. Again, I thought it was freaking hilarious, that whole thing. Shall we continue? So all those trainings and stuff like that, all hand receipts and PAI metrics that will be delinquent prior to 1 August. So did we all freaking forget how to do a PAI in the meantime? Was this for a deployment to NTC that we don't know about? I'm just joking, of course. I'm just saying. All OER, NCOER's awards, through dates before one, blah, 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 blah. Some of that stuff is you can't lock in all that stuff because individuals are going on different rating periods and different rating times with change of rater, yada, yada, yada. You can't really lock into that so much. And then, of course, schools, DTS requirements for schools. Yeah. So, again, I'm not a fan anyways of block leave. That's just me, because it could be weaponized just like what you just see there. It could be weaponized to the point where the soldier is now rushed, and it's added stress for no fucking reason. How many fucking times? I don't think I didn't really hear about block leave sort of towards the middle of the quad or something like that. A little bit over, I don't know, when people started complaining and saying that they need to go see some stuff like that. Now, obviously, during wartime, during the GWAT time, a little bit more different. New woke army. That's what Monty says. There's a new woke army. We got a new woke army. Hang on, let's see. Don't worry about tactical proficiency. Let's task the bullshit out of details, blah, 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 to not re-enlist. Well, I mean, it depends on what tactical proficiency we're talking about. If we're talking about a truck company or an armor company or an infantry company or a signal company, there's different tactical proficiencies to that meaning. As a signaleer, can you signal up and shoot your comm shot and do good comms? Otherwise, you're just camping out. That's tactical proficiency for a commo person. If you're talking about the basic soldier stuff and all that stuff, you have 11 battle drills and 37 warrior tasks that you need to knock out anyways, right? Yes, this is live. Why, what's up? That block leave, yeah. The block leave, yeah. Again, I'm not a fan of the block leave stuff. I believe that leave should be taken as you need it, and you need to go on leave and all that stuff, because we have seen I'm going to tell you what, some of the videos and pictures of soldiers sitting around that we get that aren't really considered WTFs, maybe we should start posting that. Maybe we need to talk to the team at WTF Moments and say, hey, look, you all fucking bitching about the block leave shit. Well, this is what your soldiers are doing. But then again, we don't want to fucking ding the soldiers and say, well, you had this to post. You could have posted this. But I know why everyone's asking if we're live. Yeah, we're live. Why? What's up? What's going on? Did I miss something? Are we live? All the tubes are up. Yeah, everything's live. Isn't Sergeant's Time training to fill in? Yeah, that's what it is. Sergeant's Time. Sergeant's Time was meant to be squad level, unit level, platoon level stuff. To work on your collective tasks. To work on your individual's tasks, support the organization's collective tasks. So, where you go? That's kind of my Sergeant's, kind of like right now. This is Sergeant's Time. Traditionally, Sergeant's Time is on a Thursday. That's why the name of the show is Sergeant's Time. So that way we can, cast iron pots are on sale. So that way you get your LPD. Little feelings, some individuals are getting their feelings hurt because we're just talking about this stuff. You don't need it. Oh, it's just a checklist or whatever. Yeah, just yeah. Hip pocket training, yeah. Are we talking about hip pocket training? I'm gonna tell you what, everyone, and this is on, how do I say this? I have a good friend who's an S1, but it's always the S1 that's closed for hours that has this different part. You know, when you think about that, hang on, let's go back to. That's a good point. I literally was just thinking about that. If the S1 is always closed at specific times or closed for training at specific times, then everything that you just saw on that checklist, then shouldn't be needed, right? If the S1 is the one that's closed for training and the S1's the one that is closed for all this, the SWAN, right? Then that means All that stuff on that pre-deployment checklist or block leave checklist, fuck, man, should have been handled pretty good, right? Should have been done. That's I don't want to say that's common sense or say nobody has common sense, because a lot of people get really guiltified when you say, hey, just don't do that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm just giving you some advice not to do that. No, I'm not doing that. That's kind of like that's a good my shop would close for hours to complete trouble tickets. Yeah, I could see that. I could see doing some stuff like that. I've also seen some sections that when it comes to customer service time, you're also going to see other customer service times. You're also going to see other support happening that way. Again, that's what I don't fucking get, man. Everyone got wrapped around the axle for saying it's hard to go on fucking leave, which is true. Then what? Then all of a sudden, no, it's pre-deployment stuff. You guys act like you've never deployed before. I would say that the members of the WTF Nation, the staff, probably have a lot more fucking deployment time than some of the chuckleheads talking shit. You saw me at HEB, really? Was that before or after I went to Whataburger? I'm just saying. I've seen some shops though do the reverse cycle, like they'll have the daytime face and stuff like that. I saw that before, where there was like a couple of representatives during the day, but they also had individuals come in like 1400 or something like that, and they worked through the night to knock out some actions, because in a unit that has different in a unit that has, I served airborne infantry. We train hardware, but we also violate our leave time. Had a task platoon sergeant, deal safety. Don't do that stupid during midday service. Well, there you go. Some of it is common sense. I got shit. Wow, I don't want to say I got shit. I did get shit. Because a soldier got a DUI and I left him in the fucking drink. I left him in the tank over the weekend. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that when a soldier gets a DUI and they're inside, is it your job to go get him out of fucking jail, to be the one that pick him up? Or do you just let him go and wait until the fucking after the weekend? So you as a leader, if you're sitting there drinking a beer on a Saturday and just hanging out, the next thing you know, you hear, you get a fucking text message, hey, so-and-so's in jail. Do you pick that soldier up? To take care of that soldier? See, that's where we're going back and forth here with the adult thing. If that soldier got a DUI and he fucked up and is in jail, or he's going to be in the tank for the weekend, why the fuck do I got to go get him? How about you wait till Monday? He's going to be sobered up anyways. I don't think that's taking care of your people though, Musa. Picking up a drunk. Somebody, think about this. You're picking up your soldier who's drunk, who's been lit, and he gets picked up from the cops. He gets picked up by the cops. The cops pick him up, and the next thing you know, now you got this smelly drunk soldier in your fucking truck. They always say, right, when things happen when people are drinking, blah, blah, blah. I say it's a safety issue for me. Say it's a safety issue for everybody, actually, not just for me. You have a soldier that's been drinking and all that sort of stuff. Do you really want to be there and say you're in fucking trouble to a fucking drunk soldier, not knowing what the soldier's going to do? Leave him in the tank. Yeah, I got shit for that. I did. I got shit for leaving my troop in the tank. I mean, I picked him up because I got shit for it. Let's just put it that way. So, there you go. Well, get a DD, that's right. Or Musa could drive for you. Wait till Monday means whatever. So, yeah, I fully... So there's a lot of big boy rules, big boy punishment, or I should say big boy, big girl rules, big boy, big girl punishment. It's like one of those situations to where maybe you don't have toxic leaders. Maybe you have toxic soldiers. There is that mix too. There's a lot of back and forth when I'm sitting there watching the chats and I'm watching the team in the WTF Nation Jock going back and forth and seeing because they're army leaders. By the way, they're not, pick your rank. They're army leaders. They're serving in the army, and I read some of their shit. And someone's like, oh shit, some good takes. Exactly that. How do you pronounce your name, Dalton? Is it Isadla? Isadla? Is that how you pronounce that? Isadla? I don't want to fuck it up. I know people. I don't like it when people mess up my name. So, just curious to see how exactly that. Best to address when it's sober. It's best to address when sober, because then if that soldier gets pissed off at you or blames you for getting that DUI, they're already mad, they're already upset, they're in the fucking drunk tank already. It's gonna be like, fucking first sergeant, I don't like him. He's gonna pick me up. I'm pissed off. I'm already pissed off. First sergeant's gonna get in my ass. If you do gotta pick him up, what is the proper etiquette? What is the de-escalation? Ursula, gotcha. I gotcha. Ursula. I didn't want to sound. For some reason, I thought it was a Latina name, so I didn't want to. I don't want to mix it up. It's an assumption, I guess. I didn't mean to Latina you. I didn't mean to Latina label you. But let him sober up. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's saying sober up, not get in a position where you want to get involved in a conflict with a soldier. Good one, too. There you go. There you go. So back to the leave form checklist. Is that too much? Do you think that was a lot? Do you think that was whatever, even if it was for pre-deployment, post-deployment, or block leave? I don't believe in block leave. Again, I'll go back to saying that. So I'm just curious. In the box, what does that mean? What does that mean, Musa, when you say in the box? I did not Latinx anybody. I said Latina. I didn't want to. Stop it, Pook. Stop it. At any rate, what was I going to say? What was the next thing we were talking about? Oh, so anyways, that was the big drama there lately. It was just posted fucking just like, I don't know, like I said, on the 29th. And everybody freaking freaked out. Again, get yourself a Twitter account so you can see how your leaders really talk. Some people get mad and pissed off and say that. I'm not going to fucking do this because WTF Bonus will put me on blast. Will we? Will we put you on blast? I like to say we're pretty fair. I would like to say that. Do you like ceramic cast iron pans? Depends. What are we talking about? So, again, so maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I don't want to know. So, Lodge. Let me post this one up. Gents, we had DUI 11 minutes after the safety brief today. Ensure your leaders are engaged this weekend and checking in with their paratroopers. 11 minutes. What does this say to the state of the organization that somebody's sitting there drunk already? Do you think they pre-gamed in formation or pre-gamed right at formation? I didn't mean to go off on I don't mean going off on what we posted and stuff like that and watching comments. 11 minutes. So you want us to post the good shit, but don't want us to post the good shit. Is that what it is? Everyone's going to get posted. This kind of, again, what does it say to the organization? Was he taking shots anally? Exactly. I really love when individuals are using these apps that, even though there was a DOD regulation, a DOD memorandum that got posted out that nobody is really acknowledging right now. Plan your leave and your weekend before the Memorial Day so you can have extra time off. Yeah, there you go. That's a world record. I think they missed formation and funneling a special military vodka in the parking lot. Dude was mainlining, huh? That's funny. But at any rate, what was I going to say? What was the next thing we were talking about? Because I mean, we could go all day. There was a memorandum, and I think I talked about it last time as well. That there was a removal to using Signal and WhatsApp or whatever for communications. You can't use it. But yet all we see is individuals using the Signal and WhatsApp and all that. So I'm just kind of curious to see what did we miss something? Did we miss WhatsApp and Signal? That's no longer transmission on private sector communications expressly prohibited. It's no longer authorized. Did we miss something? I know there's individuals out there that are just grabbing on that. They're like, no, this can't be true. I'll tell you what, let me do a leave packet. The same thing with leave packets, right? You're only supposed to have a DA-30. The Army put a fucking regulation out for you already. Let's do this. So SMS, there you go. I'm just gonna let everybody marinate on that. Nobody wants to admit it. Like I said, they want to add to their own shit. Leaders be wildin', man. I mean, just like Rona. When we had all those Rona those Rona policies out there. Do soldiers not have to sign back into their units on last day? Sorry, old school. It doesn't matter. Yes, units are making their soldiers sign in. Yes, doesn't matter. That and I'll be honest with you, once someone leaves and gone, that's it. They should be gone. You should automatically assume, specifically they have a leave form that, I'll tell you what, does the CG, did you see them signing out? If the CG of the organization, which, nobody wants to listen to a CG anyways, because you should see how many leaders are not authorizing soldiers to do the parental leave that's come out. That's first the denials at the first GO in the chain of command, which if you're in a brigade separate, it's a 3-star. If you're in a division, it's a 2-star. It's not the XO, it's not the CSM. And CSMs be wildin' too. Taking helmets and shit. Maybe I should just show you guys what a Twitter looks like. Hang on. I'm gonna put everybody on blast. Fuck it. So here we go. Let me go ahead and go on to the other wall. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, and all this other stuff. Whatever. You want to slide in some bitches DMs on Facebook and all whatever, and throw dick pics out, whatever. It happens in other platforms too, except for specifically when it's a Twitter account. It's more of a point to point. I love it. It's fucking awesome. I again did not realize the Army was going woke, and did not realize that we had an issue with wokeness until I retired from the Army because, or until I got a Twitter account. I was like, what the hell? What are you guys talking about? Shit being woke. So this is no shit. This is on the Twitter. So a lot of stuff that you see on Twitter, a lot of stuff you'll see posted on Facebook first, and then you'll see it move over to the Twitter side of the house, because then you'll see everybody commenting and everybody else and stuff. So this is why we don't like CSMs. That's what the post, of course. Everyone went nuts and went with their own little thing. Well, if I was a sergeant major and if I was a captain and I went blah, 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 I'd be telling blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Everyone had a bow in their chests, puffing their chests out of what they would do if they were faced with this situation. I mean, we've been engaging the individuals anyways that have posted this, saying that it was incorrect and all this other stuff, which it was incorrect to begin with when you have to have a fucking captain show up to retrieve your fucking gear, because they don't like the fact that you didn't like to wear it, which is, by the way, this is in Camp Buehring, Kuwait. I mean, again, I'm still waiting for the woke, man. I'm still waiting for the definition of woke. I still am. I don't know what woke is in the Army. I don't. Someone want to tell me what woke is? I'm more than happy to post that in the fucking comments. That way you can tell me what you think. Not what the. Don't Google it. Tell me what it means. I don't believe we're woke. Again, I keep saying I believe we're knee-jerking and sensitive to a lot of shit and insensitive to other shit. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's just kind of like, but that's not woke. AR 600-20, again, guys and gals, Sorents, leaders, AR 600-20. The policy that's been there before some of you have been born. Closed captioning and other considerators brought to you by Whataburger, not HEB. So I laugh when I see some of these. There's some fucking like letter out there where generals, like 51 generals or some shit like that, wrote retired generals, of course, that said, "This is woke. We're woke. We're woke. The Army military is going woke." I don't understand what the woke thing is. You're saying you didn't support EO and Sharp when you were in? Isn't that how you made it to like the third or fourth fucking star that you got? Woke. We're woke. Haven't seen it. Again, we knee jerk to a lot of situations. We knee jerk to a lot of stuff. We don't like to get that black eye. We don't like to have a blemish on our mark. Woke is pandering. Okay. Pandering to what? Pandering to what? I think woke is a de-evolution of our species, and it set us back 3 generations. I think, again, it's just like I didn't know we were woke until I retired and got a Twitter account. Next thing you know, we're woke. I'm like, damn, we're woke? I didn't realize you telling a woman that, you know, she can't do something because she's a woman. I didn't realize that was woke. That's actually fucking wrong. You can't say that. Or putting your hands on a female, motorboating her breasts. I didn't know that was woke to fucking say that's illegal, to say that's wrong. The army's just woke. The military's just woke. I can't grab ass anymore. I'm going to get in trouble for it. Woke, a different point of view that you don't agree with makes your mangina swell 3 times of its size. Political correctness. What's political correctness? That's yeah, I could see something like that. Like you can't say shit or something like that. Somebody gets mad when you use profanity, even though like the army is pew, pew. I know individuals who can articulate theses, doctoral theses in profanity that I'm just in awe. I'm impressed. What is motorboating? Musa, are you for real? Are you for real? You don't know what motorboating is? No, come on, man. You know what motorboating is. Do you know what motorboating is? For real? If you don't know what motorboating is, motorboating, I will say what it is. It's when you go to somebody with fairly large mammary glands, breasts, boobs, tatas, and you grab them and then put your face in between the cleavage and go, blah, blah, blah. You're motorboating. That's it. So a leader did that. Motorboated someone, and that was it. Like dudes don't realize when they do shit like that to women in the military, they are literally a hair away from getting their either ass beat or killed by a significant other, a spouse, a brother, a dad. I know my daughter was in and she said, so-and-so motorboated me. Yeah. The formation would be pretty fucking quick. Almost actually happened too. When individuals interfere with your personal life, all it takes is a good drive to Savannah, or Hinesville, I should say, to handle business. Louisville Slugger or Easton Bat. I don't know. Depends. Leave them girls alone. Exactly that, man. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Why you gotta do that shit? Why do you have to be like that? That's not woke, by the way. That's woke. You guys are woke because of policy. A policy just came out. I'm just saying, for example, a policy will come out that will say you shouldn't do these. You shouldn't do this to a specific group of people: race, sexual preference, orientation, creed, color, religious preference, blah, 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 blah. Right? Someone says, yeah, we're going to make that punitive. We're going to enforce that. We're going to make this. And immediately the chuckleheads, chuckleheads has been in my words all day. That's why you saw the chuckleheads in the header in the post. Real fucking woke, which I think is bullshit. You guys don't know what the fuck that. It blows me away. Blows me away when I see people say. I kind of hate it when I see people like that. It's a cup of tea, but females have penises now. Ooh, yeah. That's a topic that you can't. The reason why I don't go into that topic very much is because it's not going to satisfy. There's not going to be a result to any argument, if that makes sense. Like if you have a difference of opinion, it's going to be treated as something that's not. You're being intolerant, or you're being bigoted, or whatever. Even if you feel you don't believe, even if you don't believe in stuff like that, even if you don't believe or you don't sway that way or that's not your thing, even just saying that. Sugarcoating, normalizing previously intolerable actions because they are now tolerable to the left-leaning folks would have never considered defending themselves or our country. But my point is that those individuals that would be considered intolerable or non-tolerable, that people are not tolerating in society, are serving. That's my thing. You know, we have these individuals that say, well, I don't give a shit as long as I don't give a fuck what you are. Remember, you've heard those guys. You've seen it. You've old school guys have seen that. I don't care what they do behind their closed doors or I don't care what people's fucking or who people's fucking. I don't care what they do behind closed doors. As long as they bleed green, you could be blah, 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 blah. Right? These individuals are already serving. That's my issue. I'm not talking about social stuff. I'm talking about individuals that are currently serving right now, wearing the uniform, that are risking their lives, that you wouldn't even know it. That's woke. Yeah, whatever. That's why woke AI is being created, because that particular psychosis, normal AI, is being racist. Noticing patterns is racist. Yeah, some people's pattern is a statistic, or this whole woke thing and this whole I don't give a shit as long as you blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck as long as you bleed green. No, bullshit. Those are all a lie. The individuals that say that are the first ones that are crying like bitches, saying that it's fucked up. You don't believe me? Ask some of my Muslim friends during the beginning of 9/11. When 9/11 kicked off, and immediately the Islamophobia that went against them. We had individuals that were serving in uniform in our fucking country, serving our country. Turn off Fox News. The only thing I want to know if they can shoot. Thank you, David. I don't need a fucking debate team in the foxhole. I need troops. I need guns. We start going into the specific sciences of whatever. I'm sorry. Are you a fucking practicing physician or a clinical psychologist? No. All right, then shut the fuck up and keep filling up those fucking sandbags, Sarnt. Again, oh my God, it's nuts. Now, I'm not saying that there's not been too much of I'm about ready to read that right now, Pooks. I was going to read that after the break, after I went on my little Twitter rants. But now I lost my train of thought. Now. I fucking completely lost my train of thought. I was about ready to go off on another tangent about the same topic, but again, it's not fucking woke. Look at AR 600-20. Man, do I need to fucking look it up for you guys? That regulation's been in since I was a Joe. Way back in WW-NOM. Way back in the day. My enlistment date was December of 1989. Okay? AR 600-20 was in effect. Already talked about that stuff. We already talked about that. Hey, SARM. Hey, privates. Hey, private, you know you can't say this. If you say this is sexual harassment. Yeah, I remember the freaking, Article 15 in the counseling statement. He used to scare the shit out of me when I was a private. Article 15 of Kelsey's statement, if you make cat calls or make suggestive comments in violation of AR 600-20, and if you cuss at somebody, especially in front of children, you are violating Article 134, paragraph 89. Indecent language in front of children. I remember the cadre telling me that when I was in reception before I saw my drill sergeant. Holy crap. Because, soldiers were cussing and all this. Or privates were all thinking, whatever. No, I'm a cherry. I've been told that I'm old, even though I do kind of, I wear it well. It's a lot of Whataburger and cigarettes, whiskey, and divorce. That's what keeps you young. That really keeps you young. What about swearing in front of people who act like children but are actually adults? I don't know. What is it? What about it? Again, we're going on hypotheticals here. The policy stands. So those of you that think that woke is woke, I'd like to have them discuss the wokeness. I want to know what makes it woke. We could get one. Ranger up. That's where I got this shirt. Got some cool ones too. The Ghost, the Zip Zap that's behind me. It's in the same type of shirt too. Ghost, Zip Zap. 1st Armored Division, 4th ID, blah, blah, blah. Well, Ironsides, right? Iron soldiers, Ironsides, we serve with honor, we serve with pride. We're proud to be our nation's tank force, or still victory. I still know the words of the Iron Soldier song. They got a Kukama one too. It's literally pride for the Bible. It's the flag they wave, bro, right in front of your face. Are you talking about God's promise? Are you talking about the rainbow flag that was current? I remember growing up when I saw rainbows and stuff during my religious days, back when I was youngin'. You're talking about God's promise, right? The rainbow flag, the original. It was like a rainbow flag, and it had like stuff like that. It had little clouds on it and stuff. And then it was either that, and then you had like a white flag with a blue thing with a red cross in it or something like that. I can't remember. Been a minute. Yes, did you hear about that? I did hear about it. Did you guys see the president busted his ass and fell and he was at the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation, and he busted it. What tank on fire video? I was mentioned in that, really? They said that he's tripped on a sandbag. That's what they said. Huh. I gotta see the video to dissect the and do some digital forensics on it, because I can already tell every time someone or something like that says something. I know there's individuals. Now look, whether you like the guy or not, or you voted for him or not, or whatever QAnon bullshit you fucking believe in, I will call it out when someone says it's something fake. Somebody one time on social media said that he put a Medal of Honor recipient's award backwards, and I had a freaking... I was like, what are you talking about? What the fuck you mean? And I corrected that individual. And that individual got mad and said I was a libtard because I highlighted a high-resolution video. I provided a high-resolution video with images of the president putting a Medal of Honor on a recipient's neck, around his neck properly. Everyone said he put it on backwards, and that was not true. So I have to find out before I answer all the freaking questions or whatever. Yeah, dude, me, right. They called me a fucking libtard, man. Come on. I mean, just like you can't answer, it's the same individuals that can't answer what woke is are the same ones that you like to use the libtard thing. What's wrong with being centrist? What's wrong with being progressive? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being, The rainbow, rainbow was God's promise that he would not flood the earth again during Noah's day, and the next time he will burn it. I'm not here to get into a philosophical or a religious theoretical discussion here, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna take a break right quick. Smoke them if you got them. Hit the latrine. I know I have to because, man, this big old cup of Coke from Wada. Been drinking that to stay hydrated, being around all this equipment. But at any rate, so there you go. We'll go ahead and take a break and refill your glasses, hit the head, smoke if you got them, or if you're probably smoking right now, I don't care. But I'm gonna take a break, so I go hit the latrine or hit the potty, as my son would say. I gotta go potty, so I'll be right back. Shouts.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all behind.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Freaking story that is holy shit, only told in movies. Can't believe that this is actually happening. I mean, what the hell? What the hell, Bobby? Actually happened. This was legit. This really happened. There was it was an AI drone. This drone was flying around, doing a mission, doing some things, and there was an AI drone being flown, and it decided that, you know what? I don't need my human anymore. And it turned on its human operator. It killed the operator because the person was keeping it from accomplishing its objective. Quote unquote. U.S. Air Force Colonel Tucker Cinco Hamilton, chief of AI. So basically, the drone was pissed off. I wonder if there was a leaf form packet or something like that did it. Sorry. So basically, it was there was that. Keeping things that you guys are still on the fucking 600-20. They got our 600-20, 670-1, DAPM 670-1. At any rate, so it was an Air Force exercise, and it was tasked with fulfilling a suppression and destruction of enemy air defense role, also known as C. What the hell? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I think it's Stanky. Is this Stanks? What's up, Stankus?
Yeah, man, but I pulled my punch because you were in the middle of a roll, and then I saw you were like, oh, what? I'm sorry about that, dude.
Man, come on, man. Stop jerking me like that. You gotta you gotta be committed.
God, but I mean, you're on a fucking fire tonight, dude. I mean, I like watching art tonight. That's, and I'm like, do I even want to fuck this up? Let me just sit back and, I don't want to fuck this up, man, because he's on a roll.
Thank you
you're
so
on
much.
Fire, bro.
No, man, it's appreciate the compliment, but no, man, I was just thinking. I had thoughts. I had things in my mind that I wanted to let out. Tired of fucking people saying that the military is weak or woke just because specific groups are in it, and it's not true. It's not true. That's just.
Yeah. I think overall, you're right. I think there are elements which are louder, and the loudness kind of exceeds perhaps their influence, but the loudness also impacts their influence. So, and then of course you have the media narrative out there, but I think at the end of the day,
which is on both
everybody's
sides,
trying to do the right thing. Yeah,
it's both sides though, bro. That's what pisses me off. It's like you have one media outlet that's telling you that the military's sucking. I'll say it, Fox News, that the military is sucking, that the military is woke, the military is weak, the military is this. And then you have another media outlet, CNN, MSNBC. They say that because they're saying that because the right is saying that because they want to oppress you, or they want to suppress your message, or want to suppress your existence. And I'm thinking, where did I miss it? Did I miss it all that time because I was at the Center of Excellence of all things excellence at the home of the Airborne and Special Operations. I knew LGBT freaking soldiers, soft guys and gals that were the most badass operators on the planet. That nobody wanted to admit that. Nobody wanted to admit. It's either that or nobody made a fucking big deal about it. But nobody wants to highlight that. That's what pisses me off. Is like you have one narrative saying that that minorities or or I should say minority groups are being oppressed, and you have another one that's like, no, we're not. But then they make it extra. They make it a little bit more, yeah, well, because we're woke. And I'm like, that's not the fucking case.
Well, maybe we're looking at this wrong, guys. Maybe, perhaps, that this is a big ruse to keep our enemies abroad on the back foot, thinking, the American military has turned into this woke social strata shit show. But in reality, when it comes down to putting meat on metal, yeah.
No, that's a good point, because you know what? Are you saying you're saying it's Mildeck? Are you saying it's psyops? Are you saying it's psyops? Is that what it is?
It could be. It could be. Now I don't want to get Moses all wrapped around the axle. He's been here paying quite a bit of attention to the programs there.
But
God bless Moses, right? But anyway, man, love Thursday. But anyway, so I digress.
But again, like you said, it could be that back and forth. But it could be that. But then again, we've seen. Look at our intelligence community, right? How they bro, come on, man. They underestimated the enemy of our war fantasy. Admit it. Me and you, when we first came in, we first joined. We came in, we were like fucking Ivan, Red Dawn, Wolverines, kill a commie for mommy.
Kill commies.
Yeah, kill commies for mommy. Throw them out of helicopters. Fuck Che Guevara. All this other shit. We were so we stroked ourselves with the Red Scare that we were like gonna be like, yeah, whatever. And now turn to find out they can't even fucking invade Ukraine. We turned out Ivan can't even fucking.
I know.
They
mind blowing.
It's fucking their equipment that they all had on parade was all fake. I'm gonna say Russians I thought were peer to peer, but they're not at all now, man. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even, bro. I would. I don't want to say. I mean, I'm not saying this bad against our Op4s that are NTC.
Their nukes are not reliable.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna tell you what. I guaranteed our Op4 and fucking NTC and JRTC would shit stomp them. And Utopia lives exactly. Ivan fucking dude. It was just, and it's another thing too, because we don't hold leaders accountable anymore, due to the fact that unless it's egregious or something that's really fucking high vis, we really don't hold our leaders. So like, why didn't we fucking slam, or why didn't we just like relieve individuals in the intelligence community for fucking fluffing Ivan to be so fucking strong when it wasn't the case? Like, I guarantee it right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee it right now, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now that I bet you if they try to launch a nuke at us, it won't even work. It would probably like request an update, or it would probably launch and it'd blow up, or it would fucking like go to Moscow on accident. Something would happen where Dollar General probably has a better missile program than fucking Russia right now.
Right. Yeah. I had actually I read a study. It was like a private group, but they were looking at the scientific dynamics, the technical dynamics of keeping a nuclear missile. And one of the things that I had read was that, of course, there's conventional explosives around the core, right, that create the compression, which generates the nuclear fission, right? But that those conventional explosives have to be changed out, and the Russians haven't been doing it for like 40 fucking years. So you got about a 25% potential yield. Now that's still like like Denver or Los Angeles or somewhere, but hey, there you go.
I lost audio. My bad. I did. I'm sorry. I was ranting. Sorry. I forgot to hit my button. God damn, dude. Give me a fucking break. Can you hear me, Stankus?
Yeah, we hear you now, my friend. There was about a good solid 30 seconds there, man, where you were like just in the zone. I didn't hear a word. I thought, man, fuck, I've lost calls, which is embarrassing for a combo
No, it's
guy.
okay. It's okay. You know, last night for the smoke pit, we had fucking Radar and TZ. They lost power. They lost their webs, and so their show went out. So if you guys, apologize for that. Now I'm gonna roll. Normally I don't like if I'm burping or something like that, and I'm fucking drinking a Coke or something like that. I don't want to I don't want my noises to come through because people have that don't you have that like something annoys you when someone like breathes heavy or makes a certain sound when they drink or something like that. I'm always subconscious. I got a complex about that, thinking that I make noise. So like if you hear me going, just like that, drinking a freaking soda or something like that, I'm like, gosh, shit, I gotta hold it. You know what I mean? So
Now you're gonna make Moses hot now. You better use up.
But my point is that the Red Army we grew up with, I shouldn't say grew up with, duck and cover, right? We were supposed to have had the Red Army cross the Fulda Gap and invade Kreuzberg. We were supposed to have had the 11th ACR and the 2nd and 3rd fucking Armored Cavalry Regiments and the 3rd Armored Division be the speed bump, because they always bragged about that. They always bragged about being the speed bump, tip of the spear, calf, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, we were just a speed bump. We're just to slow Ivan down and then let the rest of the rear gear fucking whoop them up.
Yeah, exactly. And then you might or may not get the fucking tactical nuke on you. Because, back in the day, their method of fighting was, when they got enveloped, would be to detonate a fucking nuke over that envelopment.
Right. Yeah, the low-yield artillery-delivered nuke or the Glickum.
Exactly that. People don't know that stuff, man. So when I see Ivan now,
ground launch cruise missile.
When I see Ivan now, I look at them like I don't even think you'd win a Nerf war. I think I can get my kids and their classmates in a Nerf war, and I think it'd be time. You know what I mean? It'd be they'd get their asses beat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I did want to say one thing though, on a serious note, regarding after we've had now we've had about 18 months now to evaluate the full-blown Russian invasion into Ukraine.
Correct.
And early on, you and I were both committed. We were like, look at these motherfuckers right here. Finally, fucking Ivan Korksoff. You and I get to enjoy some of the Cold War era training that we enjoyed, back in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
But then it was kind of like, okay, so, somehow or another, we bolster up the Ukrainians. Russia can't logistically pour piss out of a boat with instructions on the heels. And, and they're a shit show. And then you realize, you say, hey, you know what? If Russia is going to throw their able-bodied and prisoners and Wagner, if they're going to throw those guys into the front lines, into the thresher, well, I would much rather cut checks to Ukraine in the form of some of our materials and of our equipment.
Thank you.
To kill fucking Russians so we don't have to fucking fight their ass later.
Thank you. Here's the thing that trips me out is the same ones that are saying that we shouldn't be giving money for Ukraine were the same ones that were talking about Wolverines, were the same ones that were talking about Red Dawn, right? And you're right. We're tired of the Infinity War. We're tired of fucking 20 years of fucking of turning the corners, like everybody likes to say, and like Afghanistan. And we're tired of it. So you best believe if you want me to chip in some cash, chip in some money, because that money was going to go to, right? That money was going to go back to the DOD anyways, or go to some other bullshit. It wasn't just going to sit there because, the defense industry, the military industrial complex really loved those checks. And I'll be honest with you, exactly that, Baconator. I was just about ready to say, I don't think, what you're you're like right on line with what I'm going to say. I don't think Russia's going to exist pretty soon. Like, I think there's going to be a collapse. And I think Ivan's going to fucking have, like Baconator says in the chats, we're gonna have a civil war, because right now, or they're gonna have a civil war, I should say, not we. But you're right. I agree that Ivan's gonna have a fucking civil war. There's gonna be collapse. Putin's gonna trip.
I mean, just prop the fuck up out of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And let them fucking kill the fucking.
Fuck
Ruskies,
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
So the less of them over there, and yeah, okay, we're writing fucking checks, but it beats writing fucking checks in blood.
Right. So what would you rather have? You want to talk about keep going at it and keep going at it? And I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised that there's I'm surprised there's not a lot of Ismail, what's going on? I'm surprised that those individuals that were talking about Red Dawn and all this stuff aren't throwing or not behind this. I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised that they're not doing it. I'm surprised that they are not back.
It took me a little bit, even me, it took me a little bit, I mean, I was kind of like, hey, let's maybe get in the fight or whatever. But then I got to thinking about it, and, I've got two boys, both. Well, okay, I got one little one, baby Stank, who's 8 now, but in 10 more years he's military.
Right.
And I've got another one who's who's an adult, military age now, and I just rather not feed any of my kids to the fucking meat grinder. Ukrainians, they want to fucking fight, and they're fighting for their independence and their lives. The Russians are fucking them up left and right. And hey, you know what? If we're gonna prop them up with fucking money, lethal and non-lethal aid, let them kill the fuck out of the Russians. And and then all we have to worry about is the fucking Chinese at this point. And the Chinese have their own issues because of that one child policy. And in the Asian culture, we all know that that one kid is your retirement plan. Nobody wants to feed their kids to a potential world war. In China, so even Xi Jinping is reluctant to necessarily start a shooting war with the West because there are thousands of members in good standing of the Communist Party in China that don't want to feed their one kid that they had,
right?
To imperialistic China's demands. So anyway, a lot of dynamics at play here.
Well, that's the thing. That whole dynamic of China and then trying to partner with other countries that were supposed, quote unquote, our allies, and what they're doing. I'll be honest with you, the long game for a business. I'll be honest with you, I really don't think that how do I say this? I really don't think that the military side of it, as opposed to the economic side of China, I don't think it's as strong. I think the economic side of it is more strong. I think them wanting to buy land and put people in debt or put governments in debt, I think is what China's long game is, not any military domination. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not going to protect their assets, but I just honestly think that now that China's more worried about the economic side of it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Not.
Well, I agree with you. I agree. And, but at the same time, there are individuals within the Chinese Communist Party that are relatively powerful and high ranking. They just haven't played their hand yet. And they're enjoying the largesse of their profits from joint ventures with American institutions. And then, of course, the private enterprise theft of intellectual property. But they're living large. And of course, they're expected to be patriotic. And Xi Jinping, can actually put the heat on them. But at the end of the day, when you got 2,000 of them that are pissed off at you because their sons are fighter pilots in the People's Republic of China Army or the PPRC, whatever the fuck they are, and put them in an active shooting war, things get a lot different.
Yeah,
and this is likely what you mentioned about Putin.
Yeah. I think Bacon hit it too. Is that I'm surprised that China hasn't invaded Russia yet. I thought that was going to happen as well. You know what I mean? I thought.
Wow.
I thought.
I mean, they can certainly take over Mongolia.
I'm just saying. Look what's going on right now. Is Russia is at a their military is depreciated. They're fucking. They don't have, they're not as big and bad as they say they were. Man, we javelin the fuck out of just about all their armor, to the point that during their May Day parade that a T-34 sold a T-34 tank by itself in the May Day parade. in Moscow on Red Square.
Spit her bits out. Yeah, she spit her bits out there during the May Day parade. That Madra.
Yeah, whatever.
I forget what the name of that tank was.
Yeah, but the whole point is that I think honestly I think what China should have done is they should have just said, oh, okay, let's do it. Meanwhile, causing a coup in there you go, Heath. Man, Heath, you reading my notes? Causing a coup in Cuba. I'd have fucking dropped. I'd have done some psyop and shit over in Cuba to cause an uprising there. That's what I would have done. It's funny because since we're banned in Belarus and Russia because we were posting those fucking Putin memes. I think we should. I think because right now what they do is Russian media. There's these talking heads that sit around and talk about. It's almost like a weird version of fucking Fox / some sort of MSNBC panel or something like that. It's really weird how they have it all hyped up, and they have individuals that say, "Hey, we have a warrant out for so and so's arrest," and it's like some politician here that like they have right now. They just issued a warrant for fucking Lindsey Graham for visiting fucking Ukraine. They have 500 people that are banned. I'm trying to look to see if we're on it because fuck Ivan, and I want to poke at him to see if we get banned because we're already banned. Our signals is banned in Belarus and Russia, but Ukraine, Pakistan, all the in India, Nepal, and then back into the Balkans, Kosovo, and all that. They hear us. They fucking they see us all the time. Like right now, we have audience members from Pakistan right now in the audience, just sitting there listening to us. And I'm guaranteed that someone's going to get this feed or whatever and talk about how there's an American propagandist that's out there and doing this, and this, which, I don't want to say I'm a propagandist, but I'm an American. I can say fuck.
Oh, well.
I mean, it's everyone's God-given right under the First Amendment call
to be a propagandist.
Yeah. I'm retired. I don't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah. I know it, man. Just trying to figure out how to drink a beer.
I'm just trying to make sure Baby Eyes doesn't freaking get the keys to my fucking truck and decide to start it.
Yeah. Now look. You and me, we go way back, and maybe the audience doesn't know this, and I'll let you expound upon that. But back in the day, when we were kicking this operation, when you were kicking this operation off, and I was just hanging out in the audience, Baby Ice was, an 18, 24-month-old climbing his ass out of the crib and hitting the floor and doing night ops while everybody was sleeping.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I remember that one time we were broadcasting, and this is before we had cameras up for me because I was still anonymous. But I remember he walked in the show and started freaking. Everyone's like, man. I just think that Ivan was over. We overestimated Ivan. Now, don't get me wrong.
We absolutely did.
We absolutely did. If Ivan didn't do anything, like they didn't do anything in Ukraine, and they were just what they were, then I could see they might be formidable. You know what I mean? That I could see that.
Well, I mean, the worst thing to consider. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I say the worst thing to consider, but the one thing to consider is that if they're this shitty now, over the last almost 25 years, they've had access to some relative degree of free enterprise. And of course, they're all fucking crooks over there. Every fucking vendor, every fucking supplier, every OEM who's peddling shit to the Red Army, they're all fucking crooked. Mm-hmm. They're all on the tape. They're promising first aid kits, and it's got a one Band-Aid and a fucking aspirin in it. And that's the whole fucking soldier's first aid kits out in the field, right?
Right.
And then, so when they're bleeding out on the battlefield, they don't even have a fucking tourniquet, like we do, Yeah. And, but with all that said, it's almost like, fuck, we should have took their ass in the fucking 80s anyway.
Dude, right, exactly. I mean, come on. Everyone laughs about that movie that Nicolas Cage is in called Lord of War, where they talk about Victor Bout, the weapons dealer. And nobody talks about, everyone kind of like laughed at it. Ha ha ha. That's Cold War stuff. No way could that happen. That's why I don't think Ivan it would be successful against us. I don't think they'd be successful. Ivan would not be successful due to the fact that the corruption that you talked about, people being paid off. I mean, I'm not going to base foreign policy on a movie, but, you know, Ronald Reagan did kind of like move to negotiations with Mikhail Gorbachev when the movie The Day After came out and scared the bejesus out of everybody. And again, I just want to relieve. I want to relieve, but I think the individuals that were like propping the Ivan stuff really hard in the intelligence community should be like, all right, hey man, thanks for your work. Don't you need to take command of a recruiting company or something like that? Or you know what I mean?
It was excessive. And the truth is too, the truth is there are numerous reports when the Soviet Empire kind of collapsed in like 1989, 1990, and things kind of became more transparent with I think Boris Yeltsin, you know, and who Putin relieved and told him, you need to retire now, Boris, and go hang out with your family, or I'm going to retire you. But nonetheless, there was a period of about 5 years after the collapse of the Soviet Empire, which they went back and opened archives, like with the Cuban Missile Crisis and one other things. And it actually comes out, you end up finding out that the Soviets were actually less inclined to preemptively nuke us than we were to nuke them.
Right.
Well, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they didn't have a lot of faith in their equipment.
Well,
we, on the other hand, good old capitalism, you know.
Yeah, well, but Stankus, you got to remember too, we've already provided a proof of concept to the entire planet when we nuked Japan twice. You know what I mean? We've already said, oh, well, you guys aren't afraid to use nukes. We're not.
That is so great.
We're not afraid to use nukes. Okay. Yeah, we let the planet know that not only were we going to nuke, because you know there was an Operation Downfall that was going to be the landing of our forces on mainland Japan, and it was going to be a slaughter.
Millions of casualties.
Yeah,
millions of casualties
on both sides. It was going to be,
and that's just on the American side. It was almost bordering on tens of millions of casualties.
Yeah, exactly. So I think. And so I think our nuclear response to some targets. I mean, think about it. You've all seen enough movies. You've all seen enough doomsday movies or types of movies. They're always you've even seen war games. All right, we're gonna nuke a city. We're nuking cities. We're not fucking nuking. Of course, we're gonna nuke some military targets, but
but they're nuking the cities because of the command and control.
Right? Yeah, we're nuking cities. We're gonna nuke them all. So the whole thing, you know, that whole concept back in the day, the policy of mad, mutually assured destruction, is like you said, it's like that Ivan was kind of like really scared about doing it, but then again, we said, hey, look, we nuked Japan twice. We'll do it again. We'll matter of fact, we should have nuked Japan 3 more times while the Cold War was going on, just to let them know that we were serious about it. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Jokes. That was a fucking joke. I know everyone's gonna get pissed off and say you're being blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god! Great.
And then nuke.
But anyway,
and then nuke Vietnam and Korea because we knew something was up. But anyways, but yeah, at that point we were. I mean, think about it. We were nuke hungry. I mean, we were nuke as soon as we launched those nukes. Freaking, there were people just like, what the hell?
Yeah, MacArthur was like, hey, let's nuke the Chinese because they're meddling with the Korean War.
Yeah,
you know, MacArthur was like, yeah, let's just nuke our asses back to the Stone Age.
Yeah,
that term came from him.
Nuke all, yeah,
back to the Stone Age.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I would have laughed, but that was kind of like, could you just imagine being a fly on the wall in some of the briefings to the National Security Council saying we're going to go ahead and just nuke Japan 3 more times. Why? We're not even at war with Japan. Yeah, just in case. And then we're going to go ahead and nuke Korea and Vietnam while we're at it. What the hell's Vietnam got to do with this? Yeah, you'll see in a minute.
And Moses is correct. Yes, MacArthur was fired not just for making the nuke comment, but because he was starting to take a lot of operations out of his own hands and disobeying the suits in the Pentagon.
Right, exactly. They woke a sleeping giant. That's right. That was one of the Japanese admirals after we, after Pearl Harbor. So like Pookie says, you bomb,
Yeah.
you bomb our boats, we unleash the sun type shit. Well, fucking.
You put
So
the
I think
sun on the rising sun.
So I think Did you know there's a con op that was been recently discovered about a psyop operation that was going to happen in Cuba? We're going to drop leaflets over there to cause dissent. Maybe I should post that. Should post that on my socials so you guys can see it.
Really?
Yeah, dude. We were going to drop. We were going to
Yeah,
zip.
I love obscure history.
Surface class, unclassified, declassified. We were gonna drop leaflets. We were gonna zip zap the fuck out of fucking Cuba. So
was this prior to or after Bad Pigs?
I gotta look at the time reference. I gotta look at the time reference.
Yeah, you gotta figure the timing out on that.
Yeah, I gotta look at the time
But
reference.
anyway,
But
well, look, my friend, I know it's getting up late on you. You know, you're an old timer and whatnot, and you need your beauty sleep.
Yeah, well, not only you sidetrack.
I'm gonna let you run the rest of the show and do your house cleaning.
What risk?
But good catch up with you.
Yeah, what sidetrack? You sidetracked the whole fucking the rest of the segment. What are you talking about, Stankus? Just kidding.
No, that's your call, man. You're the one running the show. I'm just fucking with you.
All right, man.
But anyway, yeah, man. Hey, look, one other note, man. I apologize. I know I've left you in the clutch, the last several weeks, I usually try to drop in about once every 2 weeks, because I know you worry about me.
Of course. I
was. And you get a melancholy.
Dude, we created a stinger for you. What are you talking about?
I know, right? Yeah, running a new gig, man. I'm working in a manufacturing plant. We're building helicopters and shit. Fucking Army helicopters. I fucking love it, man. Fucking aviation, fucking living the dream, baby. Anyway. Hey, all right, man. Rub baby Ice's head for me, man, and you take care and keep these yahoos in line.
All right, man.
Moses, that guy.
All right, man. I see all the shit talking in the chat. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother. We'll be good, man.
Yeah, have a good one. Take it easy.
Ciao.
Ciao. All right, that was a Stank Us, and of course, we get every time again. Stank Us has been with us for so long, and that we created our own stinger for him. You got stanked. That's right, we got stanked. I'm sorry, that's just funny. I like this. You got stanked. That's right. So, so when he rolls you up in a topic, you got stanked. There you go. What about General Milley averting the plan to attack Iran? Well, you know what? Let's put it this way, and a lot of people don't like it when I say this too, but he's just a general. Okay, if the president of the United States denies an operation and a general get butts hurt about it, then a general should get fucking retired, or he should be fired. That's my fucking take on that. That's like the motorboating topic. I've been listening. What was that? I'm in the second time here, and I don't regret it at all. Well, thank you, Jackson. Appreciate the jumping in there. I appreciate that, man. I ran so far away. Ooh, man, I love that song. Will I get zucked if I play that song? Would I get jammed up if I play that song? We should steamroll Iran. So anyways, that's my point. My point being is that the president of the United States is the commander-in-chief of all forces. If there is anybody in that chain of command that undermines his authority as president of the United States, then I believe that an individual should no longer serve at the pleasure of the president, either fired or retired. If you don't like it, then get the fuck out. That would have been, how would that have fucking looked? Think about this. Let's war game this right now. What would have happened? What would have happened if we decided to invade Iran and the president, because we already are hearing now that the president wasn't privy to a lot of stuff that the Joint Chiefs were going to bring up, which he's 100% the commander-in-chief. So if you're hiding information from the boss, and I tell you what, I've had some bosses that I could not fucking stand. There's one boss that I had to make sure that when I went home from work, I went home from work. Because that individual, if I saw that individual fucking out in public, yes. King salmon fish, whatever, dude. What are you talking about, man? I want to say what right now, and I'll say this again. QAnon, fuck QAnon. How about that? I just like saying that because it upsets the QAnon people. They get all pissed off. They get mad. They got mad because we were banning their shit. They're trying to post some stuff on the main page. You're just listening to, just straight up listening to, we're oh no, King Salmonfish, why you getting so upset? I see you, King. We could read you. You're not a Q follower? I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying, fuck QAnon. Who's listening to traders? Are you saying that the administration is listening to traders? Or are you saying that you are listening to traders in this podcast? Is that what you're saying? How about them apples? what am I supposed? You built the MAGA movement? Oh, woo, buddy. Okay. At any rate, if you were a general, if you were serving, that would be like you doing something at the name of your commander and then saying, I did it, but I did it for you, sir. Yeah. If that's true that the president, doesn't matter what president it is, President Trump, President Biden, President Bush, President Obama, if a general wanted to do something against the president's wishes, yeah. Facebook doesn't like it when I mention Q shit. I just like saying that because QAnon people get all pissed off. And I don't know why. They think that they think some big psyop thing's going on or whatever, and all this other shit. Fuck QAnon. But anyways, what were we talking about before? Before we got stanked, what happened? What were we not flock of seagulls. What were we talking about again? We were talking about that AI. Talking about the AI stuff. That Air Force drone that freaking that turned on its operator because of a leaf form packet. No, I'm just kidding. Because the operator was stopping. The operator of the drone was stopping the drone from doing something, so it turned on the freaking. So in the exercise, the AI drone killed its operator in a simulation. I love it. Love it. That's what you get for wanting to fuck around with AI. Couldn't just leave shit alone. This is how Skynet starts. All the other freaking euphemisms you want to use. Do you have video? Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna pull it up right now. So here's where the president he took a tumble. Hang on. This is from Task and Purpose here. That I'm pretty sure this has been seen throughout the entire news cycle here. Yeah, open it up right quick. Pew, 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 pew. There you go. There you go. Let's see. So apparently he slept on a bag, a sandbag. There he goes. Handing out the diploma. Kid does a salute. Then he walks, and then boop, boop, he falls. There you go. I wonder if it hurt him. I know when old people fall, they get like fucking. Don't they bust some bones or something like that? Hope he. I mean, I know for someone who's old. I know old people really freaking. Trying to find out. Trying to find out. Did he trying to find out, did he hurt himself? Because if he hurt himself, that'd be pretty fucked up. I don't see anything in here that says was he injured or something like that. All I see is a bunch of people commenting on that, saying that he's too old and how come the Secret Service didn't protect him and all this other stuff. That's a Monday edition conversation right now. But yeah, it's like not like how many times he's fallen. Don't fallen and he can't wake up, whatever. So. Let's see. Nope, didn't say anything. I don't see if he injured himself. I don't know if he does, if he did it or not. Let me see. Let me go to the thousands of hashtags. I know that the hyperbole and the jokes on it has been fucking. The president fought the law of gravity. I guess everyone's all pissed off. Let's see what D. Treasy has to say. D. Treasy said that I don't even want to post it. I'll just let you guys listen to what he said.
He just fell on what stage? He's at the Air Force Academy. He actually fell down? Well, I hope he wasn't hurt. I hope he wasn't hurt. But it's the whole thing is, look, the whole thing is crazy. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that because you don't want that. Even if you have to tiptoe down a ramp, you got to.
And the reason why he said that was D. Treasy. Former President Trump, the reason why he said that was because the media went absolute apeshit when he was tiptoeing down a ramp during the graduation of West Point when he was president. The presidential doctor said he was good. Okay, well then good. But you just heard D. Treasy right now just say, he hope he's okay. I hope he didn't get hurt. See? No drama, no fire, none of that stuff. So there you go. That was it. Is it a story that I'm worried about old people falling. You know, there's some people that break hips and shit. Like bust legs and stuff like that. That's freaking. That's gonna hurt. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? What else? What were we talking about? What was it? What was the last thing we talked? We talked about the AI. That's not what I want to talk about though. I was told it couldn't kill operators and it would start destroying command towers. So, that's right. Yep, that's right, Pookie. The drone was told you can't kill humans. So then it said, okay, well then I will kill everything that humans can to help me operate. There you go. There you go. That's it. I'm trying to see, what was the other story we're going to talk about? There's another story we're going to talk about. It's about a soldier who took his life. And there were signs. I might go a little bit over on time. So this story is going to get to you. It's going to piss you off. There might be some discussions of suicide here. So if you're unable to, if I'm just giving you a warning now. So some of the topics that we're talking about right now. So soldier attempted suicide in Poland, and then he was sent back and then left to Rome at Fort Riley until he eventually killed himself. This story from Steve Bannon over at military.com. This is a leadership failure right here, straight up. This guy was forward. This kid was forward in Poland, which everybody knows U.S. Army Europe is there. There's a hospital launch stool that has been used for a lot of forward evacs for medical issues. I know of individuals that have deployed from Iraq and Afghanistan that have used launch stool because that was like the closest specialized hospital in theater or from theater. So this kid basically was found hanging. Not basically. He was. Nobody had seen the kid for about a couple hours, and his name was Specialist Austin Valley. He was 21. Sent his parents a suicide note, and then during the search, soldiers followed the footprints in the dark woods in the snow, and they heard gurgling noises, and they found him attempting to hang himself. The soldiers cut him down, and his unit sent him back to Fort Riley. His unit sent him back to Fort Riley like it was, okay, good, no, whatever. And kind of pawned it off. 30 days after the suicide attempt in Poland, outside of his girlfriend's apartment, 60 miles away from Fort Riley, where his family assumed he was getting helped and under supervision, he died by suicide. He killed himself. He succeeded. The following day, his parents took him off life support after 30 days. So, Valley served in HHC, 2nd Battalion, 7th Armor Regiment, 1st Infantry Division. And he was the driver for the CSM Ryan Dilling for the battalion. The unit's response, first attempt to kill himself, raises questions whether either the suicide prevention program offer efforts were clear, concise response for you. I'm going to tell you what right now. From the fucking get, I don't give a fuck about Army suicide policy at that point. You have to make sure that the soldier is good to go and not leave him alone or her alone. The leadership in all this, whoever decided to say, yeah, we need to send him back. Because I'm going to tell you what right now, that Poland rotation for the European deterrence against Ivan is really fucking up the Army. I have not seen so much fucking drama on how we treat our soldiers when it comes to this stupid rotation. Either that or NTC. That how nobody is fired or relieved amidst any type of investigation on this, I'm blown away. Pookie says they should resign. Nah, I think they should be canned, fired. It remains unclear whether he ever received inpatient care. His parents say no. The Army will not say, citing medical record confidentiality. The Privacy Act stuff. You know what I'm saying? If he was a CSM driver, that means he was close to the CSM, and I can imagine nobody thought to check on him. Exactly that, Patrick. Exactly that. He had literal supervision over his suicide after his suicide attempt. And his command allowed him off base hours at a time. How they didn't think to send him to the behavioral health at launch stool. That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. It's right there. That's where we evac individuals that have behavioral health issues from theater, from the Middle East. The kid needed help. Exactly that, Pookie. The kid needed help but didn't get it. Now, of course, everyone's gonna. Well, there's some things we can and can't. At what time are we gonna say, yep, this leader fucked up? This is where the leader fucked up, and the leader should fucking get slammed. This is from Steve Bannon, of course, the article that I'm reading off of, like getting some of the notes and posts and tweets from him. He sent a suicide note to his parents when he was deployed, and his unit sent out a search team, of course, and I've already told you about they found him hanging. I just want to say right now, those soldiers that found him hanging, I want to say right now, kudos to you and a pat on the back. And if I buy you beer, I could for reacting to what you reacted to. It's not your fault, okay? It is not your fault whatsoever. The attempted suicide was on March 11th, but at Riley, he had scattered behavioral health appointments. He had another one on the 5th and the 6th, and he had one on the 11th, but that was the day that he died. So according to his text records, his suicide watch seemingly amounted no more to somebody saying, hey, what are you doing? You up? You up. Let me show you the fucking screenshot. This is how they checked on him. That's how they checked on him. That's how they said, yep, that was good. So how do we know? Now I'm reading this, quoting from Steve Bannon's account. He was in inpatient care on suicide watch because partly according to his parents, but also his GPS records showed him driving most days. One when he went to Fort Riley to a pawn shop in Manhattan, Kansas to buy a weapon. And there's a receipt. What he used to take his life. Another soldier asked him, dude, how did you get a gun? Well, there you go. There's a message. Text messages right there. Even somebody asked him, how the fuck do you get a pistol out being high risk? And the kid said, America. They took my knives when I was on, Background checks are fake. I just needed to get out and have fun. The pistol was away. It's a Taurus 92 G2C. Honestly, you feel better though. Whatever works. Don't do something fucking stupid. Hey, if it gets worse, well, that's that right there. The part of the issue from Steve Bannon's posts is the plan itself. Sources that he's spoken to, it's a mess. Say with vague and confusing guidelines scattered across multiple policies and websites, along with multiple hotlines, there is no clear response plan for a unit to consider. The Army promised a revamp policy, but I'm not seeing a release. Valley's mom was a medical officer in the Army Reserve, and the event prompted her to resign her commission. This picture right here is the last photo his dad took just before they took him off life support. How it sucks reading stories like this, man. It really fucking does. It's all fun and games. Everyone likes to shit talk and shit post when they say, well, we really couldn't help this, we really couldn't help that. So we didn't know. Apparently they did know. A lot of people knew. Exactly that. Care for your brothers and sisters. Let me go ahead and just finish it up and close it off. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off on some such fucking bad fucking topic here, but this is SGT'S Time. Every Thursday. Got a show every freaking week except for Saturday. And we might end up having one soon, so you never know. This being SGT'S Time. On tomorrow, there's a bye week for Friday Night Freedom. Big Earl says, been traveling and doing intervention training with the amount of people requesting refresher training on the ACE method is staggering. On average, they fail to escort, and the difficult responsibility needs to be trained and not expected. Exactly that, man. Exactly. So tomorrow's a bye week for Friday Night Freedom. That means there's going to be no show. There will be one next week, though. Don't forget, we got Sunday Sports Bar with the coach and the real King Smith. Monday edition with myself. And then Pop Culture Warrior. Wednesday we're gonna have Josh. We're gonna have John and Josh Sandhouse. John Arquette and Josh Sandhouse from U.S. Patriot, talking about some giveaways and stuff they've been doing and stuff like that. So interesting to see how that show's gonna roll out. I don't mind some freebies. Somebody put a dental appointment in the calendar, by the way. Who's got dental? Such a Joe. Awesome Com in DC is happening. We also have, I think we have New York Comic Con coming up. So don't forget, we got Father's Day coming up or a couple Sundays from now on the 18th. And don't forget, we have Vanessa Marshall, the voice of Hera Syndulla, the captain of the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels. So there you go. I think I covered it. Today's SGT'S Time. Tomorrow's a bye week for Friday Night Freedom. Saturday's no show. Sunday we have the Sports Bar. Monday edition with myself and Shipwreck. Tuesday with Pop Culture Warrior with Michael Carrasquillo. CQ also with all of his roving guest hosts. And then Wednesday with TZ and Radar for the Smoke Pit. So anyhow, hope you all had a good night. Hope you all had a good show. Thank you guys for listening in. And tuning on all your comments. Appreciate your phone calls and stuff like that. I read that. I wanted to get that story out to talk about it. It's going to be posted on the WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page. So again, hearts go out to the family, man. But with that, you all have a good night. Thank you for hanging out and shots. See you. Have a good
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.